Honorable Commissioner, Mr. Komba Momo, Chair of the Ecowas Administration and Finance Committee, Excellencies, members of the Permanent Representatives Committee, Ecowas Resident Representatives, Excellencies, distinguished members of the Administration and Finance Committee, staff of community institutions. This is the opening ceremony of the 39th meeting of the Administration and Finance Committee in this beautiful pearl of West Africa, the city of Freetown. During this opening ceremony, it will be our honor to have the address by Her Excellency, the Vice President of the Commission. This will be followed by remarks of the Honorable Commissioner for Internal Services. We will then have the welcome and opening statements of Mr. Komba Momo, the Chair of the Administration and Finance Committee. At that juncture, the opening ceremony of the meeting will come to a close, and the AFC will continue its deliberations in a full session. Without further ado, therefore, it is my honor and pleasure to give the floor to Her Excellency, the Vice President of the Ecowas Commission. Thank you.
Excellency Mr. Kumba Momo, Chair of the Ecowas Administration and Finance Committee, distinguished members of the Administration and Finance Committee, honorable heads of Ecowas institution, Excellency members of the Diplomatic and Consular Corps, dear colleague commissioners, dear permanent and resident representatives and directors of Ecowas institutions, dear staff members of Ecowas institution, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I have the honor and the privilege, on behalf of the management team of Ecowas Commission, to extend our warm and fraternal welcome to you all at this 39th ordinary meeting of our Administration and Finance Committee. Your large turnout this afternoon at this important meeting is a testament of the interest you take in the affairs of the community and to your determination to accelerate the process of regional integration. Please allow me to express our sincere gratitude to you for your tireless efforts and your commitment to achieving our shared objectives. I would like to take this opportunity in order to thank and congratulate His Excellency Julius Maada Bio, President of the Republic of Sierra Leone and Chairperson of the Ecowas Authority of Federal States and Government, for his leadership in managing the affairs of the community. We are particularly grateful to him for his constant support. I would also like to extend our sincere thanks to the government and the people of Sierra Leone for the excellent arrangements made to ensure the smooth running of our meetings. Distinguished members of the Administration and Finance Committee, today's meeting will examine the memoranda submitted for the community institution and take stock of the implementation of CAP 9. The Commission will present the 2026 mid-year performance report and looks forward to receiving your guidance and expert advice. As we prepare to hand over to a new management team, it is important to recall the objectives we had set for ourselves at the start of our term in office and to highlight the results achieved despite the many challenges we have faced. We began our term in a particularly difficult global context and growing security concerns in our region as a result of terrorist attacks in our member states. Ladies and gentlemen, our work, inspired by the Ecowas Vision 2050, has been guided by our strategic objectives, namely to ensure peace and security in our region, to strengthen economic and social integration, to promote good governance and leadership, and to foster the inclusive and sustainable development. Mr. Chairman of the AFC, distinguished members, our management team has always believed that the community level is the best source of funding of our development program and project. In this regard, throughout our chairman office, we have consistently lobbied member states to enable us to recover arrears and mobilize resources in order to ensure the long-term viability of our community institutions. The withdrawal of Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger from the community have resulted in a shortfall of around 20% of community resources, consequently, well, on our cohesion from regional unity. Distinguished members of AFC, beyond celebrations of the 50th anniversary of Ecowas, we've had the opportunity to reflect on our objectives, our achievements, our challenges, and prospects that envisage for our community. Outcome of these consultations and sessions is set out in a pact for the future document, which will be the subject of a special summit of ECOWAS heads for state and government here in Freetown. I would like to take this opportunity to extend our sincere thanks to all the distinguished members of the AFC for approving the 50th anniversary budget and for the unwavering support we have received throughout the celebration. The chairman of the AFC, distinguished members of the AFC, ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to remind you that the results you have achieved would not have been possible without your personal commitment, your unwavering support, and your sound advice, which have enabled us to make our modest contribution to the process of regional integration. On behalf of the President of the Commission and all the heads of ECOWAS community institutions, I would therefore like to pay a heartfelt tribute to your role in catalyzing, guiding, and ensuring the smooth functioning of our community's institutions. As ECOWAS marks 15 years of its existence and redefines the future of our regional integration, women's leadership must be central to the region's next chapter. Our region's ambition for peace, democracy, and shared prosperity can only be fulfilled when all its citizens are able to contribute to leadership and decision-making processes. This justifies our ECOWAS at 50 legacy initiative on gender parity and political representation within the ECOWAS region. Excellences, Mesdames et Messieurs, honorables membres du CAP, chers collègues des institutions de la CEDEAO, chers concitoyens de notre espace communautaire, honorables invités, Mesdames et Messieurs. La célébration de notre cinquantenaire a mis en lumière nos forces, mais a également révélé nos défis. Et je voudrais partager avec vous quelques-unes des leçons que nous avions tirées de cette importante consultation avec les différentes parties prenantes. Il est important d'accélérer le processus d'intégration régionale, tout en maintenant un climat de paix et de sécurité. Nous devons développer notre potentiel humain, veiller à la bonne gouvernance de nos institutions communautaires et de nos États membres, promouvoir l'égalité du genre, résoudre la problématique de la jeunesse et maîtriser les technologies digital et surtout procéder à des réformes courageuses sur le plan institutionnel afin que la CEDEAO puisse répondre aux défis. Notre force réside dans la vision de nos pères fondateurs, notre unité, notre cohésion et notre solidarité. Monsieur le Président du CAP, je ne ferai terminer mes propos sans vous adresser encore une fois, à vous et à tous les membres du CAP, les remerciements de l'ensemble des chefs d'institution, de l'équipe dirigeante de la Commission et de tout le personnel des institutions de la CEDEAO. Nous sommes reconnaissants de la bonne intelligence qui a guidé nos travaux et de l'esprit de concertation qui nous a animés durant notre mandat. Nous avons été heureux et fiers de servir tout notre leadership et d'apporter notre humble contribution au processus d'intégration régionale. Et je voudrais conclure en rappelant encore une fois que nous sommes plus forts ensemble qu'on a vu gratuit. Que nous souhaitons à tous de fructueuses délibérations de la CEDEAO des Pays-Bas. Muito obrigada pela sua atenção. I thank you for your kind attention. Je vous remercie de votre aimable attention.
Merci, Son Excellence, pour ces paroles attribuées au nom de la direction de toutes les institutions de la communauté. J'ai maintenant l'honneur d'inviter l'honorable commissaire aux services internes, Dr. Abib Yaya Bapa, à prononcer son allocution. Merci.
Excellency, Mr. Mo, Chair of the Administration and Finance Committee, Your Excellency, Vice Speaker, Vice President of Ecowas Commission, honorable members of the AFC, distinguished head of Ecowas institution, and here I see Auditor General of Ecowas institutions, the President of the Board, honorable commissioners, Secretary General of the Parliament, Acting Secretary General of the Commission, President representatives, directors of ECOWAS, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon to you all. The Vice President has spoken on behalf of the manager that as the head of the focal department of the Administration and Finance Committee, I am obliged to join the Vice President in welcoming you all to this meeting. I would like to follow suit and we do not get tired of applauding government and people of Sierra Leone for the warm reception and facilities put at our disposal towards the successful holding of this meeting. Investment in the state-of-the-art facilities for us to enjoy our deliberations is not simply remarkable, but a clear testament of Sierra Leone's unflinching solidarity with our country. We thank His Excellency Julius Maada Bio for his leadership commitment to our community. This is my first address and probably the last address to the Admin and Finance Committee. So let me also appreciate members of the AFC. The AFC remains the most regular and vibrant sectoral committee at ECOWAS for obvious reasons across, namely oversight on human and financial resource management, planning and budget controls, as well as monitoring and evaluation. Your attention, distinguished members of AFC, to details and the far-reaching recommendations you have been making over the years have been instrumental in keeping ECOWAS as the best performing regional economic community. But yes, it can still be better. Excellency, Chair, distinguished members of AFC, annually you convene at least twice ordinary meetings to consider and recommend to Council matters of importance for the effective functioning and delivery of our community institutions and programs. When the need arises, the committee holds extraordinary meetings. This mid-year meeting with the committee is coming at a critical juncture in the evolution of our community. It is coming at the time of transition from one management to another. It is therefore it therefore means that there is a need the committee to meet many times in extraordinary sessions from now on to December to ensure that the transition process is delivered successfully and the new management team begins on the right footing and in the right direction which you are guided. Excellent Chair and distinguished members, about 4 years ago, this management assumed office in the context of institutional reforms. The new management was saddled with the responsibility of operationalizing a new organogram structure, particularly the seven-member commission, which was reduced from 15. It was also tasked the implementation of the new Vision 2050 and the community strategic framework. The operationalization of the new human resources regulation, financial regulation, procurement, and granting. The management also inherited an audit process, European Union PIDA assessment, and the planned full deployment of the enterprise resource planning tool, hopefully among others. In response to this station that the management made, President of the Commission, His Excellency Dr. Umar Ali Tule, led the development of the Community 4x4 strategic objectives to guide the management towards results different areas. You may recall that the 4x4 strategic objectives were a realistic extrapolation of the community strategic framework, which also builds on existing and ongoing programs and projects. To ensure that there was no rupture between the previous management and the current. Four objectives set for the 4-year mandate to 4x4 remain relevant. Enhance regional peace and security, deeper regional integration, good governance, and inclusive and sustainable development. Besides these four objectives, two key enablers were identified, namely capable institutions and equitable package. In recent years, this is the first time that the management will communicate a clear direction of travel, which align with the vision statement. It is the first time also that under the leadership of Dr. Toure, that annual planning and reporting were tailored clear. It is also the first time that everyone tries to stick to common objectives across institutions. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, and distinguished members of AFC, during this meeting, you will be presented with some scorecard, the performance of the manager relative to the defined objectives. As we can measure the success we achieved together with you, members of the AFC, and identify areas that require improvement or more investment for the incoming management to handle. The task of building a peaceful, inclusive, and prosperous community is ours all. Member states, community institutions, and stakeholders. Look forward to your deliberations and input on the various agenda items in usual friendly atmosphere. Once again, thank you for your kind attention. Next seat of the ground.
Thank you very much. It is now my singular pleasure and honor to give the floor to the Honorable Chair of the AFC, Mr. Kombo Momo, for his welcome address. Thank you.
Vice President of the Ecowas Commission, Commissioner CIS, Commissioner President, Ecowas Resident Representatives, Member States, members of the Administration and Finance Committee, heads of Ecowas institution acquaintances, distinguished delegates, members of the Fourth Estate, ladies and gentlemen. It is with great pleasure and deep sense of responsibility that I welcome you all to Freetown, Leone, for this meeting of the Administration and Finance Committee as part of the 2026 ECOWAS Media Certificate Meeting. On behalf of the government and people of the Republic of Sierra Leone, and in my capacity as chairman of the Administration and Finance Committee, I extend our warmest greetings and appreciation to all the delegations for your presence and commitment to the ideals and objectives of our community. As chair of the committee, I encourage all participants to engage in a constructive, objective, and forward-looking discussion. Let us approach our work with a spirit of cooperation, mutual respect, and collective responsibilities, guided by the interests of the community and the aspiration of the people of West Africa. The challenges confronting our region, including security threats, economic vulnerability, climate change, youth unemployment, and the need for a stronger regional institutions requires that we continue to improve the efficiency and effectiveness of ECOWAS. This can only be achieved through sound financial management, responsible stewardship of resources, and enhanced institutional performance. Ladies and gentlemen, Sierra Leone is honored to host this statutory meeting under the chairmanship of His Excellency, retired Brigadier Dr. Julius Mada Bio, President of the Republic of Sierra Leone and Chairman of the Authority of Heads of States and Government of ECOWAS. In accordance with the ECOWAS practice, chairing country presides over statutory meetings of the community during its tenure. We therefore remain committed to work with all member states, the ECOWAS Commission, and the community institution to advance the objective of regional integration, peace, security, and sustainable development. This meeting is taking place at a significant moment in the history of our community as we commemorate the first anniversary of ECOWAS. We are called upon to reflect on our collective achievements, assess the challenges before us, and renew our commitment to a more integrated, peaceful, prosperous, and people-centered West Africa. Recent ECOWAS engagements have emphasized stronger governance, financial discipline, transparency, and institutional effectiveness as key priorities for community. Distinguished delegates, the Administration and Finance Committee occupies a central place in the ECOWAS institutional architecture. It is entrusted with the critical responsibility of reviewing administrative, financial, and budgetary matters, ensuring prudent management of community resources, and strengthening accountability mechanism across ECOWAS institutions. The committee work contributes directly to the effectiveness and credibility and sustainability of the community intervention. Over the coming days, we shall examine important reports and proposals relating to the administration, finance, human resources, budget, executions, and institutional performance of our community institution. The decisions and recommendations emerging from our deliberation will shape the efficiency of Ecowas operations and support the realization of our regional integration agenda. I wish to express my sincere appreciation to the ECOWAS Commission, Government of Sierra Leone, development partners, and all stakeholders whose efforts have contributed to the successful organization of this meeting. It is my expectation that our deliberation will be fruitful and that the outcome of this session will further strengthen the institutional and financial foundations of ECOWAS. On that note, I want to use this opportunity to declare the meeting of the Administration and Finance Committee officially open. Long live ECOWAS, long live regional integration, long live the Republic of Sierra Leone. Thank you, merci, mucho obrigado.